Good
That song is
evening,
so
League of
good.
Excellent Extraordinary Negroes. We are talking about The Man Who Fell to Earth, Part 1. We'll,
Okay. All
because
right.
we have someone that is on the street somewhere in a place. So, anyway, I'm Jade.
I'm Marcus.
I'm Jules.
Julia, where are you?
I am in the streets of DC, and because I love LXN so much, I left my dinner of white truffle mac and cheese to come down
Oh
and
my
be with
good
you
lord.
guys.
No, I'd have taken that outside with me.
It is so good. It came in a cast iron skillet.
Woo!
Okay. I mean,
Oh,
just
well, at least we'll
insult
stay
to
hot.
injury that you're in DC right now. But anyway, that's not what we're here for. We're here to talk about The Man Who Fell to Earth. I've been talking about it for weeks now. So we're just going to go ahead and dig in, see how much we get, because Julia's got us on a time clock. First things first, who is in this production?
A lot of
Chiwetel
people.
Ejiofor plays Faraday. Oh my God.
He's so good.
What are you gonna say, Jade?
I don't know. I don't know that I have enough words to explain how much I love him in this role.
You
Okay.
fully buy that he's not human.
He's so good at it. Oh my God. Naomi Harris plays Justin Falls.
Okay, just making sure I wasn't tripping.
Are they asking you if you need something?
Yes, they are. They are. I'm sorry. She's like, "Do you need something?" And I'm like, "No,
Like,
I'm just
yes,
crashing. My
but
table's
no.
upstairs."
Ah!
Oh my goodness. Okay. I don't know how to say Anel's last name, but she plays Molly Falls. And Clark Peters, who I know from The Wire, even though I didn't see The Wire, plays Josiah Falls. Bill Nye plays Thomas Newton. Jimmy Simpson is somebody that I wanted to die from the very first episode. And then we'll just skip on down to who I know the two Trekkies want to talk about. Kate Mulgrew plays Drew Finch.
And she does a fantastic job.
She does a
Yes.
fantastic job. So, The Man Who Fell to Earth is actually a book. I don't remember who wrote it. I'm sorry. But it's also a movie that came out in 1976. David Bowie played Thomas Newton in The Man Who Fell to Earth, and Bill Nye is playing him in this iteration. So it is sort of a sequel to the book and the movie.
The book's author is named Walter Tevis.
Okay, Walter Tevis. So, one word to describe not this week, but the series. Oh, yeah, this week's reviewed series. Yes.
Hmm.
One word to describe. Julia is talking to the people.
I'm gonna. Just
Now
went
we
out.
just,
Okay.
I know.
That's all right. One word to describe. How are you supposed to sum this up in one word?
I
It's
know. How?
inspired. It's
Hmm.
it's. I don't even know.
Amazing.
Yeah,
Amazing.
it's a whole thing.
It's amazing, but it's even more. I got the word extraordinary
Uh huh.
for a couple different reasons. Okay, summary of this show. Can I
um.
do it quickly?
Sure. Good luck.
Okay. It's a sci-fi show inspired by Walter Tevis's novel. The story follows a new alien character, Chiwetel Ejiofor's character, who crashes into the oil fields of New Mexico at a turning point in human evolution and must confront his own past to determine our future. He comes to this planet because his planet is dying and it needs an energy source to keep it alive. The reason that it is important that he is here is because um, uh, Earth is on the same trajectory as his planet of destruction, and they are sort of, we learn, connected in ways. And whatever energy source he comes up with, it will also be able to be used to save Earth. This is where Naomi Harris's character comes in. How do we feel about Naomi in this particular role?
Phenomenal.
She does an excellent job. I think her best acting that I have seen from her. She has a range of emotions,
Just
you know. She's just great.
she, I will say she was allowed to be black on screen, where she's talking herself into doing the right thing, even though it's just the wrong thing to be doing. Like, you shouldn't be going out here trying to save it. Just let that man get beat up. Just keep driving. Just keep driving.
And pulls a gun. And pulls a gun.
Right.
She's like,
Yeah.
all right, I'm gonna do it. I shouldn't.
She and she walks away from him a few times,
Oh yeah,
but for some reason she just can't. She's like, ah,
she should. But her situation was desperate, so she needed the money. He had money.
yeah,
Till
he
that
did.
wasn't enough, and I was like, oh no, you were too far gone.
Right, right.
Yeah, those first couple episodes are outrageous. It's fantastic.
Okay, so let's get into. I didn't. Does it? Okay, I didn't see what the IMDb reviews or anything were, because it doesn't matter. It's a
Tomato
10
meters,
from me.
tomato
Yes,
meters
it's
got
a
it
10.
86%, and an audience at
86.
81%. It's
Yeah.
really good for them.
All right. So, what did you like?
So I thought the acting was superb. I think on every level, I loved the imagination, and the writer's room was amazing on this. Alex Kurtzman was in the writer's room. I can't figure out why he can't make a good episode of Discovery, but he made this fantastic. I'm so distressed about that, because I think he's killing off new Star Trek, but whatever. Um, I might forgive him for Picard because this is so damn good. It's so good.
We're gonna get forgive him for Picard.
Yeah,
Wow.
I think this makes up for it.
I'm not coming in for the Star Trek slander. I will just say I really enjoyed the entire concept of the Falls family, how they interact with each other, how they work, how they respond. Just and then just they are creative people who are very smart, and it's
Mm-hmm.
just played straight,
Yeah.
and I love
Black scientists. Love it.
Black
Yeah.
scientist. I love the dynamic of this family. I love the fact that she is she is a single mother, but we find out why. We find out what happened. So it's not just, oh, there's no dad in the picture
Mm-hmm.
for some mysterious reason. There's a reason why there's no father in the picture. And we understand and get a sense of what her relationship is with her father, and see the tight bond that her daughter has with her grandfather. And it's just a beautiful family. Um, they don't have a lot. She is shoveling shit. Like she is literally, I think, like working toxic sludge. Um, when we start this show, she is working
Yeah.
toxic sludge and getting like day rate, like cash every day,
Mhm.
and strapped because she has to pay for medicine for her father who has a debilitating disease. And they don't have the insurance to pay for this medication. So there's so many issues that are covered in this show. So many different kinds of conversations with pharmaceuticals and elder care. It was just, oh,
She buys from a drug dealer. She buys her father's meds from a drug dealer in the back of a
That's what she can
cafe.
afford. Just like that job was so bad. You wonder if she's punishing herself. Like, could you not, even with your low prospects, find anything better than this?
I think
I don't
she
know.
was
It's tough.
punishing herself. I think she was punishing herself. But yeah, I loved the family. I loved Faraday's introduction. Um, so very much brother from another planet. Very much brother from another planet. Um, and I love his progression in every episode. You see him grow into a more human person, a more human being in every episode, but he is learning those traits from this black family around him. It's just
I will say before I jet out, my date is complaining.
Oh yeah,
doing.
Yes, yes,
we
that
got all 10.
I wish I would have heard more David Bowie music. That was, I think, a loss. The last episode, "The Man Who Sold the World," is one of my favorite David Bowie songs. So you should check that out. Anyone, I don't care, anyone who likes any genre, you will love this song. And Kurt Cobain did it in MTV Unplugged, and it was great, but not as good as Bowie. So listen to the song after you watch the last episode. Go for it. All right,
You don't
peeps.
go eat that white truffle macaroni.
That's right. That's right. In my amaretto sour. So
Oh
I'm
my
gonna
gosh.
give it a 5, and you know I rarely give 5. So this was
Ooh,
top
that's a
notch.
5 out of 5.
Wow.
5 out of 5. 5 out of 5, people.
All right.
All right.
Enjoy the district for me.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye. And then there
She's
were
gone.
2. So, all right. So I talked about Faraday, talked about the family. What else did you like?
The father, his whole arc, everything he went through for the entire season. There's just that actor's phenomenal.
Mm-hmm.
He arguably had as much work to do as Chiwetel, and I thought he was even more convincing. I was
Right.
just like, what?
Oh my god. He goes, okay, spoilers. He goes from being a I hate to say invalid.
He goes full Grandpa Joe from Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. That's what happened.
Although Grandpa Joe hopped up out of that bed and was walking just fine. Grandpa Joe was a liar. And I've been saying that since childhood. There was nothing wrong with that man. Anyway. Worse than Grandpa Joe. But he goes from being debilitated, not being able to care for himself at all. His hands, his arm, his body is restrained, and the only relief he gets is from that medication that she has to give him every day, that she's having to get from a drug dealer because they can't afford medicine from the drugstore, from the pharmaceutical company, whatever. To do we want to spoil that?
I don't. It's like 3 or 4 episodes in. I think I'd give people a chance. We'll just say Faraday dropping into their lives just completely upends everything.
It does. It impacts all of them in tremendous ways. But you do see the father, the arc that he's on, the emotional arc that he goes on. and the physical, just I've never seen. I've seen a few episodes of The Wire, but I wasn't a dedicated Wire watcher, and I don't know enough about the rest of the things that he was in, but he was amazing in this.
Is now a good time to mention I have not watched The Wire at all. I haven't gotten to it.
I lived in Baltimore when The Wire was running, and it was a little too close to home because they filmed down the street.
So it's actually very close to actual.
Very close.
It's like,
In the few episodes that I did watch, I was like, oh, snap. I don't need to know that. Yeah. That's why I didn't watch The Wire.
He's excellent in this show.
He is amazing.
With plenty to do. Holy crap.
The little girl, Molly Malls.
Mm-hmm.
She has some credits to her already, and she is quite young. She is going to go very far. She did a lot of work in this production. Anel, and I don't know how to say her last name, but she carried it. She oh man.
Child actors, sometimes you have to wonder, like, can this person be in the scene? She's in every scene she's in. She's there.
Mm-hmm. And she's there a lot. And in some heavy scenes, dealing with some heavy issues. It's like, oh my God. And then scenes that she's not with them. She's
want to reach a screen, like, get her out of there.
Right.
Girl, you can't be here.
Like, is she safe right now? No, she's not safe right now. Oh man. And there's another character.
Ted Lasso?
Yeah, she's in Ted Lasso. She played some character named Cassie, and I have to go back and figure out
one
who
episode.
That was.
Okay. Is that the Christmas episode?
I don't know.
I'm gonna have to look that up later. I don't need to be getting sidetracked while we're doing this.
Right. There's another character. She's the friend of Justin. And I had her name up here. Let me just go back to this so I can say these people's names properly and give them the credit they're due. Tanya Moody. So Tanya plays Portia, and Portia is Justin's best friend. And she's the other person cleaning up the toxic sludge. And there are points where Portia just takes Molly and
just like,
that's
okay,
a real good friend.
Y'all crazy. I'm gonna be over here with this one.
Right. And she very quickly
whatever that is out.
Scoops the child. She don't even ask questions. She's just like, I don't know what's happening. Let's go. I loved her character because she didn't waste time asking questions in pivotal moments. She's just like, oh, okay, let's go.
That's one of the things I really did appreciate. The show treats you like a proper thinking adult. It does not. It's like, we're doing this. We're not going to explain it. We'll explain it later. Let's go.
Right.
And I enjoy that.
Yes. I have to go here. Chiwetel in the first few episodes as Faraday, the alien that is newly arrived to Earth. He's amazing.
Yeah.
I can't. I was afraid this is going to happen. I love it so much I can't talk about it.
Oh, really?
It's just so good when they're trying to teach him, and it's so many things that come back. So in that, I think the second episode with the ball, and he's learning what improvisation is. And he says, we have all decided to believe in the cat. Just and then the other things that he says about old people. Who is forcing you to stay here? We don't do this to our old people. Just, it's hilarious. But the idea of improvisation comes back over and over and over again. What jazz represents in this show, and jazz being mathematically connected, and then that being the key to unlocking this science that no one has ever been able to unlock before. Just beautiful, and I'm gonna stop there because that's enough.
It was really great. Just, and that's just so very different, because you'll switch from that to that moody family who inherited all that, all the patents from the prior stuff. You just, it's a wholly different show.
Right. So now the parts that I didn't like.
Really? Okay.
And not that I didn't like. So this isn't a.
Are you not an Edie Flood fan?
No. Not that I didn't like what they did in the show.
Yes.
These are despicable people. And
that's clear.
Very little redeeming qualities for any of them. So Edie's brother, oh man, I forget his name. I looked at the thing. I don't know what his name is. Hatch, yes.
Hatch. Yeah.
So we have Hatch.
I
comment that I made,
Hatch.
that's it. Yeah.
I recognize Hatch. I've been around tech for 20 years professionally. I recognize Hatch. Oh he is not an exaggeration in any way.
Now, his sister.
She's a new thing. She's been messed up in a way that only money can mess someone up.
You know, I mean, anyway, I'm not going to talk about it. Very little. I don't think she has any redeeming quality. Nothing. There's nothing redeeming about her. And you usually by the end of a show, there's something that you're like, oh, but they are this way because of that, and I can give them a break. No. That is not the case with this.
They're trying to tell you she's that way because of her father.
Yeah.
But, people make choices. And that character has been given a full tapestry of awful things to do.
She is a despicable person.
Don't like the person did think the performance was pretty great.
Right. No, she was amazing as an actress playing this part, but she's a despicable character. And his character, I think ever since Westworld, and I don't know what else Jimmy Simpson has been in that I remember or recognize him well from other than Westworld. But he played the Man in Black the first season of Westworld, and he's despicable.
Yeah, yes.
And he's despicable in this too.
I mean, I would kick him down a flight of stairs and not even bother to watch him fall. Just
so many times I wanted him to go away. Just go away.
Every time he
Violet
shows up,
means
you're
or
like,
not.
what is? Oh,
Yeah, no.
he's just bad for no reason. Like when he
Mm-hmm.
was like abusing the waitress, I'm just like, why?
And
Why?
it's like, and it's so fascinating. This show told you exactly who these people were the first time you meet them. And it does not stray from that very far.
It does not. And then
There might be a little peek that, oh, it might be different, but no, it's not. It's
and
not.
Kate Mulgrew is just there watching this happen, like she's not even really admonishing him for doing this. She's like, "Why are you doing this?" And I'm like, "Why are you doing this?"
So
But
Kate
she's not
Mulgrew,
stopping it.
no. I don't remember Captain Janeway's character's name because she's just Captain Janeway to me.
That's true.
She's, but I will say, she is an
Finch,
amazing
Drew
actress.
Finch.
Finch. She is an amazing actress. I remember Kate Mulgrew when she was in Roots. She played a slave catcher in Roots, and I never forgot it.
I bet.
I didn't. I know. Even when she was Captain Janeway, it's like, yeah, but I remember when you were whatever. I remember that. She is a very memorable actress, and she does an amazing job in this. She does.
She doesn't have quite as much to do as everyone else, but she
Nope.
is very solid in her scenes.
Yes, she is. Okay, so was there anything that could have been
spoiler-free
better?
review.
It is kind of
Been better. We're trying to be like, people still want to watch this. I think we're doing okay. What could have been better? I don't know. I mean, I felt like they did everything that they were trying to do. Are they planning on having another season?
That's
Or
the
is this
thing that
like-
they could do better.
Or is this like
Have
Watchmen,
a
where they're like,
season 2.
one and done, and thank you. I don't think I need anything else. You did everything I wanted this to do.
I get that. And Watchmen, I don't need another season. It didn't need to go any further. This one, I selfishly do.
I mean, I could be selfish and envision what another season of Watchmen would look like. But I don't know you'll get the money to make the show I want you to make.
No. But this one, I think that there's room.
There's room, but I mean, so certain things have happened.
Yes, but this
and
is a real
they lead
hard
to other
sci-fi.
things. Yes.
But it's a hard sci-fi show. It's not just no, it's real sci-fi. So it can go anywhere. He's from Anthea. We saw Anthea. We saw his family on Anthea.
There's a lot they can do. There's a lot of places they can go. I'd be interested to watch the show. I just don't know if it's going to have as... I mean, they're going to have to get imaginative. Because are they going to try and do the rest of it in one season? In 2 seasons? How much of a story are they trying to tell? Because, I mean, it was all very... metaphorical? Like, the things that would make him sick were unnatural things. And the stuff they were trying to torture him with was just like, oh, water. I love water. Give me more. This is fine.
That was the best scene when they tried to torture him, try to torture Faraday by waterboarding him. And I'm sitting there like, oh, this is going to be funny. And certainly it was.
It was
like,
quite
where's the water going? He was drinking it.
Quite a lot.
Did he have 6 stomachs?
4.
4.
But also, his whole interaction with the police officer at her desk in the first episode was just hilarious. Because he's telling her the absolute truth and she's just playing it off like he's crazy.
Right. And he took her name.
That was funny.
Yeah, he took her name. The girl from the Goonies. He took her name. Um,
I don't. Yeah, the only thing I could do better is figure out how to make season 2
that's
and get me as
tip for
interested as season 1 made me, because season 1 was great. Just.
Did you hate anything about it?
Oh man. The only thing I really couldn't stand was Jimmy Simpson's character.
Yeah, that's it.
Every time he's on screen, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna punch him. Can I punch him?
There are just
Why is anyone listening to this man?
there are just a
Who
few
is giving him power?
characters that are in the show, and yes, they serve a purpose. They're well written. The actors are great, but
Yes,
the characters, you just want them
but
to die.
this man has too much authority, and no one is questioning it. All right.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Company badge goes a long way.
And and lies, and lies, and just complete
You're allowed
disregard
to do that.
for what he was told to do. Just he slapped Justin. That was enough. He slapped a black woman. That right there is an indication of why I wanted him to die. Okay.
I was done with him after the waitress scene. I'm like, no,
And that's the
screw that.
first thing. That's the first thing that we see. I'm back to this
It's
show.
like,
Everybody tells you who they are, but when they say it, believe it.
but he's like gaslighting this waitress for 10 minutes for no reason. She's done nothing.
Okay,
And I'm
there
just
are
like,
a couple of things. There are a couple of quotes that I have from this show. Um, I don't think it's spoiling anything to say them. So there's one, and I won't say that one. So there's one particular scene where Faraday is talking to Justin, and Justin has figured something out. And it's a point where Faraday himself is questioning, can he actually do this? He doesn't think he can do it. And she tells him, oh, no, I figured this out. I think we just need to do this and this and this. And he looks at her and says, you imagined all of this from nothing? And she said, yes. And he just the way that he looks at her and says, you are extraordinary. Bawling.
That was cool.
Tears, just for no reason.
Yeah. Oh,
Just
and who was the actress that was playing the person who worked with
Jimmy Simpson.
no. The trying not to be spoilery about it, but when they're trying to work on the machine and they get stuck, and he meets that woman out by the heavy water.
Oh, the one who was in Harry Potter and plays a cat.
Is that who that was?
Okay, I don't know her name. All I know is
Hold on.
she was
Hold on.
she was
I'm
in.
trying to find it.
That's the only thing I know she's been in. I'm sorry.
I don't know that. I don't remember what the
And I
character's
can't
name
remember
was.
her
'Cause
name.
she was only in a couple scenes, but just stole the show every time she showed up.
She did.
like,
She
oh.
did.
Oh, this is fun. She's back. I liked her instantly. It's like,
Mm-hmm. There's so many good actors in this.
it was yeah.
Quite a few Brits. Quite a few
Oh,
Brits.
yeah.
But okay, so he said that line, and then what has happened is he offended the daughter. He calls her pupa, and she calls him, like, he says it because he's an alien, and he's like, you're a pupa, and she looks at him and she says, you're a larva. Like,
Yes.
You know instantly this child is a genius.
Just a
Because,
little.
yeah, just quick. You're a larva. Yeah. Um, and so he offended her because she wasn't following the directions, putting her Legos together. We said the directions are
Ah,
right there on the box.
I get
And
you.
she's like, but I don't want to do that. I'm playing. And he doesn't understand the concept of play. So he yells at her. And so later in the episode, he goes, he's apologizing to her and he's explaining what the adepts are and what the drones are. And that's a huge thing in this show. From his planet Anthea, there are drones that just do whatever they're told to do, and there are adepts that
There's a
are the
hard caste
ones
system.
that are in control. And he's explaining that he's used to just doing what he's told, and that's why he couldn't understand what she was doing and how she plays. And he said to her, you don't know. Oh, no, that's another one. I can't go there. You have the potential for all things. I was like, oh my God. I just stopped crying from the scene 30 seconds ago. Just the way this black man from another planet looks at this little black child and says, you have the potential for all things. That was it. And that's episode 5. So it's halfway through the season.
And then the Lego structure she did build out of her imagination was fabulous.
Yes.
Couldn't help but notice that.
Right.
It was symmetrical.
Right.
You're just like, wow.
Yeah.
Or, huh.
Like a Ferris wheel or something. It was, yeah.
Something like that. It moved. It's like, okay, y'all doing too much. Oh, that character's name was Watt, and the actress is Zoe Wanamaker, and she wasn't Harry Potter. She played Madam Hooch.
Madam Hooch.
At least in the video game. Let's see. Checking.
I
She
don't.
definitely looks like that actress. I think.
Yeah, no, she was. She had a little cat feline thing
No,
going.
she was the Quidditch coach.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It was something. I knew.
Yeah, no, she was there. And then now that I've looked at it, I was like, yeah, okay, that's her. That makes sense.
Yes. Okay.
I don't recognize any of these other projects. Or at least I haven't seen any of these other projects.
Right. What is your score?
I have to agree with Julia. I'm going to give it a 5. Just unrepentant, just out and out joy. This is great. Watch this show. There's a lot there.
Yes.
It is not wasting your time.
It is not. It is not. I'm going to give it the maximum score of 5. I would give it a lot more than 5.
You're allowed. The scale is not that. It's more flexible.
It would be off of the charts. I love this show. It is so well done. I fell in love with Chiwetel Ejiofor at a point in his career where I've seen him in tons of things. It's like, oh, it's Chiwetel. He's good. No. This is a whole different person to me now.
Now I have to go look and see when I first saw Chiwetel and took notice. Because I know I saw him in Serenity, and I was like, oh, this is great. But
yes, he was in Serenity. He was amazing in Serenity.
Yes. And in Children of Men, he was phenomenal. That one.
I don't remember Children of Men very well.
That's the one. What, do you remember the basic plot line?
I think so, yes.
Like, no one can get pregnant,
yes.
and then someone does. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh,
they're racing in the car. Yeah.
Freaking fantastic in that.
The first thing I remember seeing him in was Amistad. He played he played the young African sailor that had gotten his freedom on board of a ship, and he heard Cinque and the others and was able to translate. So he's the translator in the court scenes in Amistad. And of course, 12 Years a Slave, he was amazing in 12 Years a Slave. Mordo,
What? Oh, it's Doctor Strange.
Mordo. Yeah. Eh.
He is suffering from Idris syndrome. Like, MCU, here's a great actor. Do something. Like, I don't know what to do with him. I'm just gonna
And
drop
constantly
the ball
try
over
to
here.
put locks on their hair, and the locks don't look right. Him and these cornrow locks in this last movie, just ridiculous.
I mean,
that's not how locks work.
you're not there for that.
No.
Like, if he wants good hair, he's gonna have to show up in a Black Panther movie. I'm sorry.
That's all we need. It's Mordo in a
You
Black
need-
Panther.
You need to show up when there's black hairstylists on set.
Oh my gosh. That is hilarious.
And somebody cares to do this, right?
But no, I did. I saw him completely, like his range is just, in every episode, he is a different person. And there are 10 episodes. And it's still the same him at the core, but the development is just immense. It's just incredible.
I'm just trying to figure out how he did that, because, like, the shooting schedule, you don't necessarily shoot things in order.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a very clear progression for his character. And, like, the first scene you see him in at the top of the show is the end point. And you're like, well, this is fascinating. And then you get introduced to an entirely different character.
Yes, because we are introduced to him in his final stage of development. In the very beginning, the show tells you who these people are from the first time that you see them. And there's so much more. We're trying not to spoil it because we want people to actually watch.
Go watch.
And then,
go watch it. It's super intriguing.
And then there are some deeper conversations. There are some deeper conversations that we can have. And there are more people on and more people watching, more people that have seen it. Because I don't want to spoil it. It's so good.
Especially if we get the season 2 order. That'd be great.
Man. It's so good. Okay. Marcus.
Yes.
Where can people find you?
You can find me on Twitter. I'm at Marcus Ross and at Waterbear Games. You could try to find me on Facebook, but you may get lost. I'm not there that often.
AfrosCapesCurls.com will be back next Monday. Okay, now we gotta have everybody for this one. Strange New Worlds.
It is so good. Go watch Strange New Worlds right now.
Man.
I'm
There's so much good on right now.
I've watched every episode twice, and it forced me to go back and watch a couple episodes of the original series. Like, oh wait, when did that happen? Oh.
It's so good.
It is.
I'm not going to start talking about Anson Mount.
Really well done. Oh, well, you can do that next week. You're free to go.
We'll talk about him next week. And then we will talk about the man who fell to Earth. I was about to say the brother from another planet. Same difference. At another point this fall, we will do that because it's too good not to have a deeper conversation about some of the things that are discussed in this show. All right, thank you so much for joining us. Thank you, Marcus.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll see you next week.
Hey, 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 hey.